In our world, everything is connected via a cause and effect relationship. This is foreshadowed by the popular saying, there is no smoke without fire. However, there are certain events that are connected not by a cause and effect relationship, but by chance. These are known as coincidences. Let's say I am talking about white cats and a white cat suddenly enters your room. This is a coincidence. Coincidences are related to chance, and chance is limited by the law of probability. However, there are some coincidences that goes beyond chance. They are very improbable and yet they happen. These coincidences have pushed the psychologist Carl Jung to develop the term synchronicity. Synchronicity means meaningful coincidence. The word has a Greek origin. Syn means same and chronos means time. Synchronicity happens when you are thinking of someone or something, then what you are thinking about suddenly appears or happens. To illustrate it, here is an example given by Jung himself.
For instance, just so I speak of a red car, and at that moment a red car comes here, you see.
Yes.
Now, I hadn't seen it. It was impossible because it was behind the building. In this moment, the red car appears. We can't say, now this car has appeared because some remarks have been made about the red car.
Yeah. It's not cause and effect.
Oh, this is a miracle that the red car appears. It is not, it is chance, just chance. But these chances happen more often than chance allows.
Yes.
And that shows that there is something behind it.
In the next part, we will explore the mysterious realm of synchronicity. But before that, you should be aware of two important points. 1. Synchronicity is not mere chance, it's more than that. 2. Synchronicity is not a magic trick. In synchronicity, there is zero causality, even supernatural ones. And as Jung explicitly said, you cannot make stuff happen only by thinking about them. This is not synchronicity. With that out of the way, let's get to the serious stuff. Synchronicity is a psychological notion, so in order to understand it, you should know a bit about Jungian archetypes. In Jungian psychology, archetypes are structures of the subconscious that guide our thoughts and behaviors. They are very ancient, and we inherit them from our ancestors. When we experience a strong emotion, the level of our consciousness goes down, which allows the content of the subconscious to sneak into our consciousness. Usually, this content is normal, like repressed thoughts or forgotten memories. But sometimes, this content is connected to archetypes. And when archetypal content slips into your consciousness, it's like opening the door to some ancient hidden knowledge and having a tiny glimpse of it. In short, synchronicity is perception from an inexplicable knowledge. To make things clear, here is a few examples of synchronicity. Jung had a patient, let's call her Miss X. Miss X had several big problems and was suffering a lot. She saw two psychiatrists, but they were unable to treat her. So she went to Jung, who gave her his special therapy. But X wasn't getting any better and wasn't making any progress. In one of her sessions, Miss X was telling Jung about a very important dream she had. For those of you who don't know, dream interpretation is a very important technique in psychoanalysis, especially in Jungian psychoanalysis, because according to Jung, dreams contain some very important information. Some special dreams even contain the solution of the person's problem. So Miss X was telling Jung about one of these special dreams, and in the dream, she mentioned a golden scarab. After finishing talking to Jung, an insect resembling the golden scarab suddenly hit the window. The crazy part of the story is that right after the session, Miss X started evolving. She progressively made big changes in her life that ended most of her problems. Now, let's analyze the story. The scarab is a classical symbol of rebirth. In Egyptian mythology, after his death, the sun god transformed into a scarab before reverting back into his original sun god form. The symbol of rebirth is also a symbol of big changes. The subconscious is way more intelligent than consciousness. The subconscious of Miss X knew that she needed to make big changes in her life, and this was manifested through her dreams. But her consciousness was unaware of that. When Miss X saw those insects, something in her mind got activated, and she knew that she needed to make big changes. The second example is about the wife of a man Jung was treating. This woman told Jung that at the deaths of her mother and her grandmother, a number of birds gathered outside the windows of the death chamber. When her husband's treatment was nearing its end, and after he has been cured from his mental illness, he developed mild symptoms of a heart disease, so Jung sent him to a heart specialist. The patient went to the doctor, who, after a consultation, said to him that everything is fine, but on the way back from his consultation, he collapsed in the street. As he was brought home dying, his wife was already in a great state of anxiety, because soon after her husband had gone to the doctor, a whole flock of birds were sitting on their house. Interpretation. In the Babylonian hell, the souls wore a feathered dress, and in ancient Egypt, the soul was thought of as a bird. Birds are a death symbol. Like in the previous example, the subconscious of this lady knew that her husband will die and was worried about him. And when she saw the birds, her consciousness was able to perceive the sad message. Synchronicity is a very exciting concept, but it remains a hypothesis. In fact, synchronicity has always been rejected from the scientific community because even today, with all our modern technology, we are unable to design an experiment that would verify this concept. So do you guys think that one day synchronicity will become a scientific fact, or will it stay an unverified hypothesis forever?